I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Ha Kodash. Double honors unto our apostle elders, which rule great millstone well, and shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure into the end. Shalom wa abababal. All right, so I was helping my children because they're homeschooled, and usually my wife does it, but I had to partake a little bit today, and it was by the Spirit because they were teaching in the school about the moon landing, okay, which is a lie, and we know it's a lie according to the Holy Scriptures. All right, it says in Obadiah, verse 1, the vision of Obadiah. Obadiah is an Israelite prophesying. Thus saith the supreme power concerning Edom, which the supreme power, his name is Yahweh. And Edom is the so-called white race, the red devil the Bible speaks of. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador, which is the prophets, is sent among the heathen. Arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. All right. So we're in a spiritual war, and we're bringing out the truth. All right, which that's why we're going to be persecuted, which is okay because it tells you. Yahweh Shai says to the Israelites, verse 10, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. So that's what we're hoping to receive, is the kingdom of heaven, and we have a lively hope, not a hope full of doubt, like the world has, like these false Christian churches, which are really the spirit of Antichrist. But in fact, we have a lively hope because our power lives, our Messiah lives. So it says in verse 2 of Obadiah, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised, starting with those small hats, which when you go into America's leadership, it's all going back to the small hats, the big nose counterfeits that are in our land, in the promised land. Those people are counterfeit. They wear a small hat on the back of their head, and they actually they claim to be who they are not. It says, thou art greatly despised, and look what's happening right now to them with what's going on in Gaza. It says, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwelleth in the cliffs of the rock, the Caucasians. Caucasian means cave dweller, whose habitation is high, which they like to build skyscrapers and live in the mountains. And they live high on the hog, which is part of the blessing from Genesis 25. It says, in 27 actually, when they received the blessing, Jacob bought Esau's blessing with a pottage, which Esau promised his birthright to his brother Jacob. So Esau's in his blessing, and he's soon to be cursed, because he's really a curse from the beginning, but the Lord let his blessing play out, which his blessing was the sword and deception, which that's why he's proud. It says, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, because you were able to conquer the world and get rich with your sword, and you pursue blood. You love killing. And it's not killing, it's murder. You love stealing. You love lying. You love all these wicked things. So you're very proud because you had never had to pay for what you've done on this earth. So now you're about to pay, and you're in denial because of your pride. It says, thou that dwelleth in the cliffs of the rock, you Caucasians, cave dwellers, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Which this is the spirit of the whore that rides the beast in Revelation 17. It says the all right, so it says in Revelation 18:6, reward her, talking about America, even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works, which we paid. We were enslaved here, right? We played slave to the so-called white men in America, so they're going to receive the same. And the cup which she hath filled to her double, how much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, talking about the way of America's thinking, I sit a queen and am no widow, so she's a whore. Queen means whore. And am no widow, meaning she don't think she'll lose a war. And shall see no sorrow, no one could take us. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the supreme power, Yahweh, who sends his son Yahushai to judge her. Now going back to Obadiah, it says, verse 3, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwelleth in the cliffs of the rock, you Caucasians that are of the lineage of Edom, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, which they teach the kids, that the eagle landed on the moon, their spaceship. It says, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, which they have up in the heavens, the first heaven, they have space stations, which is part of their hope of trying to escape the judgment, which it's a false hope, because they're going to be put in slavery under the Israelites. That's the only purpose that the Lord has them escaping the judgment. They're going to go into slavery. It says, let me get to the point. I made the point. You know what I'm saying? It says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, yet saith Yahweh. So the Lord's going to bring these liars down, these devils. I want to see the translation comparison real quick. It says, but even if you soar as high as eagles and build your nest among the stars, I will bring you crashing down, says Yahweh, which they never been to the moon. The moon would burn them up. It's actually very hot. It's a light, and it was created to give to the Israelites the knowledge of when the month was. The new moon is when it's darked out, it's all blacked out. That's the light is dim. And then when the light is full, the full moon, that's half the month. So the Lord gave us the moon for a servant to the Israelites to remind us of the Sabbath and the other holy days. All right? Like Passover. The way we know when Passover is according to the new moon, because you count 14 days in. All right? So the Lord's going to bring this so-called white man down, and it tells you that no liar shall inherit the kingdom of heaven. So that shows you that these devils they're not going to be there. It says in Revelation 22 and 14, it says, blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city. For without are dogs and sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. So these Edomites, these devils, these red devils that lie from birth, they ain't got no salvation. All right, the heathen don't got no salvation. Salvation is for the Israelites through Yahweh Shai. By the power of Yahweh, the elect of the nation of Israel be saved from the wrath. But the heathen, they're as dogs. The Lord don't even care about them. You know what I'm saying? So he cares more about dogs because dogs have a future. Edomites don't. Eventually, after 1,000 years, they're going to be made extinct.